Hey everybody, the times are changing, some stuff going on. We're now going to take a break, take some breaths. Let's get into some lunch therapy. I think we all need some lunch therapy today. Seems like as good a time as any. This is what this kind of thing is for. There's a lot of unrest going on in the world, a lot of necessary activity out there that is at times scary. But the world needs to change, right? I got my Legalize Equality shirt on today. We're going to take our breaths. Let's take our breaths. 3 of them. First one is right now. Hold it. Let it out. It's Wednesday. It is my sister-in-law Heather Marshall's birthday. I want to send her a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Heather. Taking a second breath. Hold it. Let it out. Yeah, Dean Tenor, we got some words of wisdom here. This is a place where we take a break from the outside world. Because we gotta stay sane. How do you stay sane? You meditate. You take some time out for yourself. You rejuvenate. You get back out there. That's the words of wisdom. The words of wisdom are take care of yourself and then you can take care of others. Thanks for being here, Dean Tenor. Follow me on Twitch if you can. We're here every day at noon. Happy birthday, Heather. One more breath. I'm going to take it in. We're going to hold it. We're going to let it out. Thanks, Paul Williams. Paul Williams from all the way from Texas. Thanks for giving a plug for the show. I think it's here for everybody. Everybody is welcome to come anytime. We've got the show from noon until 12:30 Pacific time. Maybe that's when you eat your lunch. Maybe it's when you eat your dinner. Maybe it's when you just relax a little bit. Mary Marks is here. So glad to see everybody here. We're going to go right into some hummingbird stuff because, as you know, on the show, we are big into hummingbirds because they are extremely fun and relaxing. And one time I showed some hummingbirds on Facebook and they banned me for a long time. 4 days. Gordy Wall. Hey, Jose, this is a really good group we got going on here. Joe Thornton, thanks for being in here. So thanks for stopping by, everybody. Let's get some hummingbirds. Let's get some hummingbirds going. Nell gave me this.
While we're waiting,
this is him talking.
Something to you. There's this one hummingbird who kind of thinks that this whole backyard is his. He's very territorial. He has a red face. But when you see him from the back, he looks like he's green. But when he turns around, he's got a red face.
I hope we see this hummingbird.
And he chases off
Nell.
Hummingbirds, chickadees, whoever comes around tries to drink the nectar.
Okay. All right. We're hummingbird spotting.
There's
Hummingbird
something else I want
spotting.
to tell you.
What is it? What is it?
So
Nell?
I've got a video I'm going to send to you.
Okay.
And you can see him chasing off another hummingbird. And then you can hear him. He makes that kind of noise. And he also makes this other kind of noise. I forget how it goes, but It's when he's angry. And he's been by a couple times since I moved
It's
closer
thrilling,
to
isn't
the
it?
feeder.
It is. It's totally thrilling.
But
We haven't
I
seen
know
a hummingbird
he's mad at
yet.
me for sitting so close, so he might not come back again.
Maybe it's because your vowels are too close together. G and N together is really difficult. It's really difficult. Here we go. Oh, there he is. Oh, there he is. He was there for like 2 seconds. Look at that guy. Now, I don't know if that's the embarrassed one. There's one that has a red face. It's sort of embarrassed. That's a nice hummingbird, right? I love the sounds, too. I'm going to try and crank up the sounds. That's a nice shot. Yeah. This is the other one. This is not the embarrassed hummingbird or the angry hummingbird. But this one's like, whoa, where's that other one coming from? Okay, now we're going to take a break from the hummingbirds, and we're going to go right into a dog that chews a stick. Yeah, this is Georgie, the beaver dog. Todd and Sue Lee sent me this. I believe this is their dog. He likes to chew on wood. I have another vertical video that I can throw in there as well where he's chewing on a log. Some good stuff. I mean, it's riveting, right? Right, Jay? It's thrilling, as you said. Thrilling. Who needs thrilling right now, right? A little bit of, just a few more hummingbirds. Gordy, I know. Where's your video? Where's your pet video? That's a nice hummingbird there. All right, one more. I got to just do one more. These are all royalty-free, sent to us by Guinel. See now, okay, so we're having difficulties at our house because we have a hummingbird feeder and yet no hummingbirds, right? Oh, Georgie's a she. Georgie's a she. Thank you so much for clarifying. So we've got a hummingbird feeder, no hummingbirds. We put in the right solution because, you know, you can't put the wrong solution into the hummingbird feeder because if you put the wrong kind of sugar in there, it's sugar water, essentially, they will die. They'll die. Yeah. So we got the right stuff, but my cousin John Marshall said to me, test tube feeders are the best. Anybody out there have any comments on that? Because I know you guys are, here's Mulva. Much improved videography at the request of the leader. Yes. You know, some of you thought maybe I was a little harsh on Guinel last time. Part of it was just for comic effect. It was mostly comic effect. Some of you were like, yeah, we need to start a hummingbird. I think this is the hummingbird cult. Jose, you're in it. You're in it. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to tell you guys is that I did find the Echelon cult on Facebook, which is Jared Leto's cult. And how do you get the Kool-Aid? There would be no Kool-Aid in this cult. So I found the Echelon group on Facebook. They have allowed me into the group, so I'm going to learn about cult making, I guess. Yeah, Neil gets an officer rating now in the cult. So I went in there and I was kind of worried. I saw the Echelon cult. I don't know. They seem, like nice people. So I tried to join the group, and there's a survey that you have to take in order to join the Echelon group on Facebook. So I took the survey, and one of the questions was, how long have you been in Echelon? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that because, first of all, I don't know how one gets into the Echelon. We're just going to call it a cult. We don't know. Yes, Texans are allowed in this cult. Everyone is welcome to the Myth Club cult. Google recipe for hummingbirds is 3 parts water, 1 part sugar. Google is killing the hummingbirds. Yes, exactly, Todd. See, we do have wisdom on this show. The you have to get a special solution, because if you put organic sugar in there, or sugar in the raw, that can be bad for them. So definitely Google's sending you the wrong way. So yeah, so I got into, so anyway, what I said when in Echelon Cult, they said, how long have you been a member? And I said, hard to tell. I thought it was a pretty good answer, because I don't know really. I don't know what the criteria is. I don't know what they have you do to get into it. So I just, and you know what? They let me in. Next thing I'm going to do is probably post some hummingbird videos on there. That's right. As long as it's white sugar. That's like processed sugar. The hummingbirds, they like the processed sugar. It just seems weird. I guess it's counterintuitive to us, because we're all into the organic and the sugar and the raw and the non-processed, but I guess hummingbirds are different than us. You can't feed hummingbirds like you would feed a human, obviously, because hummingbirds, you don't feed humans sugar water and expect them to be healthy. It seems really counterintuitive, but that's one of the things that we do with animals, is we ascribe human characteristics to animals and expect them to behave in that way. We expect our animals not to fight with each other. We expect them to be civil. We expect them to not kill the birds and the squirrels in our yard, but they're animals. Yeah, they didn't like me, I guess. I guess they didn't. I mean, they do send me a lot of mail, though. I use powdered sugar. I don't know. I can't advocate powdered sugar. This is not one of those videos on YouTube that shows you how to do anything but remain sane. This is a video about how do I remain sane. Anthropomorphism is exactly what it is called, I think. Thank you, Gordy. That's when you put human characteristics on animals. Maybe you even put it on, maybe you put human characteristics on shovels. Do you ever do that? We ever have to throw out like a shovel that you've had for a long time, and or you have to put your old car in the shredder like we were doing yesterday. If you haven't seen that, it's incredible, the cars that go through the shredders. But anyway, when you do it, you start to feel like sad for it. And is that anthropomorphism? I don't know. You're ascribing human characteristics. Or maybe objects do have a spirit. Who knows? No one knows. Jose's got the anthropomorphized too. You guys are smart people. They burn so many calories beating their little wings so fast. That's why they need so much sugar. We don't need that, because we don't do that. Anthropomorphism. Jose got it first, then Gordy, and now Mary throws in my old soccer ball. Oh, yeah, when she threw. I have to think about these things, because the comments come in a little late to me, and when you threw away your old soccer ball, I get that feeling. Wilson. I think that was a volleyball. I think Wilson was a volleyball. Okay. Gunnell is so perfect today, and I don't want to ascribe it to the getting angry with him yesterday, but he just really came through today. I don't even know what to say, but he sent me this picture. This is a picture that he took, and it is of a double rainbow. And this was yesterday, I believe. Yesterday, he went out there and just took this beautiful picture of a double rainbow. And if you guys remember Paul Vasquez, who passed away just recently, he loved double rainbows. And I don't know, I think I remember our episode on enthusiasm. And this guy had enthusiasm. So I've taken the liberty of having Gunnell's double rainbow and putting Paul Vasquez's voice behind it.
Whoa, that's a full rainbow. All the way. Double rainbow. Oh my God. It's a double rainbow.
That's for sure.
All the way.
Use that feedback as a growth opportunity.
So intense. Whoa, man.
That's so good.
Wow.
Look at that double rainbow. It is. I've never seen one. I never seen a double
Whoa!
rainbow before.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
That rainbow is thick.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it is. That is thick.
Oh!
I'm gonna get banned again. What? Because of the double rainbow audio?
Woo!
No, I don't think so. I hope not.
Oh!
So good.
Oh my god, look at that. It's starting to even look like a triple rainbow.
It's starting like a triple
Oh my
rainbow. I love
god,
that when he
it's
says that.
full on. Double rainbow all the way across the sky.
Okay, people. All right. Now we're moving into the entertainment portion of the afternoon. I mean, not that that wasn't entertaining. We saw some hummingbirds. We saw a dog eating a stick. We saw a double rainbow. It's just getting better and better around here. I think that we need a little weird music in the background. Royalty-free music from YouTube. I love it. I love the royalty-free music. So I'm going to tell you a little story. We're going to learn a little something here. That was worth getting banned for, wasn't it? Sometimes it's worth it to get banned because you get the word out there. We're streaming out to YouTube and Facebook and Periscope and all these different things. So it's a little like whack-a-mole. So, if you get banned one place, there's always another place because we got to get the word out about how to stay sane in this world because it's important work. It's important work. I like that. We're laugh crying over here. I know. Laugh crying is happening all over the place. So I'm going to stop this music because it sounds like something from a commercial about motels. So I was thinking about, I told you this, I was on Ben Gervich's podcast that's coming out this week. He's like a super awesome guy, and he's always been a fan of mine, and I'm a fan of his. And one of the things that he said when he listened to my podcast, Fat Free Film, was that he was working at a kind of dead-end job, and he was listening to all these filmmakers talk about their careers, and he realized, I can do this too. And he's been filmmaking ever since. Not to say that I was the catalyst, but perhaps I helped give him a nudge in that direction. And he's a super cool guy, and he's Australian. I mean, that gets you a leg up already, being Australian. But anyway, I was on his podcast, and what they asked me to do was to come on there and teach them some acting skills. And it turns out, spending my entire life acting, and I actually have some skills and some abilities to teach to other people. So we did a scene on there from the 40-Year-Old Virgin. I had them read it. It was a scene I did in my acting class, and it was super fun. But one of the things that they asked me in the beginning of the thing is, we'll leave the light on for you. That's exactly what it was. What they asked me was, they said, Ben was like, well, Joel, how come you're not a movie star, right? And, as an actor, you set out with certain goals in your life. And one of the goals is to try and, be an actor and actually make a living at it. That seems like a main goal to have as an actor. And when you look back and you're like, well, how come this isn't happening? You start, and somebody asks you that question on a podcast, it makes you kind of think about it. And I believe that we have to spend time thinking about these things. We can't really get down on ourselves. Like, why has this not happened yet? Everybody has their journey, right? Did you get paid? I have gotten paid. Oh, from Ben Gervich? No. See, that's exactly it. Well, it was acting coaching. You're right. So maybe I don't want to get paid, right? Maybe that's it. Maybe I am a philanthropic entertainer. Maybe that's what I am, a non-profit entertainer right now. And I kind of think that that's important at this time. I think non-profit entertainment is an important thing at this time. And I guess my goal right now as a performer is just to inspire other people by inspiring myself at the same time. So, but early on, I was at this place called Shakespeare and Company, which is a really cool Shakespeare theater out in the Berkshires. They're in Edith Wharton's estate, or that's where they were at the time, and we would perform Shakespeare out there in the entire summer. It was this incredible experience. And they had a workshop where you'd go and you'd do a lot of breathing, a heck of a lot of breathing. That's probably why I do it on this show. But I had a friend there, and she was somebody that she was a real nice person, really talented person. We were friends. She asked me, "Hey, Joel," and some other of the people in the cult, the Shakespeare cult. Everything's a cult now. She was like, "I have to go out of town to do some interviews, but would you guys go support my movie?" And she said, it's playing at the local multiplex. And we were like, "Okay, we'll go see, you're in a movie. Wow. Okay, we'll go see your movie." And we went and saw this movie, and it was Clueless, right? And we thought, she's like starring in this movie. She's on the poster. We were kind of blown away by the performance. As you've seen, I'm sure a lot of you have seen this movie. It's pretty remarkable. It's pretty remarkable. But one day, she and I were in the Berkshires, and she was like, I don't know, 20-something, 21, who knows, young and wise. Some people are just weirdly wise when they're young. And she was eating a sandwich, and I was like sitting across from her, and I was hungry. Like I was working like 3 jobs, and I didn't have a lot of money. And she was eating this sandwich, and she ate like half of it. She's not a vegetarian at the time. This was how long ago it was. Because like now she's like a huge animal rights, hummingbird rights activist. But anyway, there's just a half a sandwich sitting there, and I was hungry. But I was looking at it, and I'm not one of those people that just like picks up food from other people's plates, like in that movie Diner. I don't know if you've ever seen that. It was one of those moments. And she looks at me and she says, "You want that sandwich?" And I was kind of like, no, I don't want that sandwich. She's like, "I think you want that sandwich. Is that something that you want? Do you want that sandwich?" And I was like, "Well, yeah. I'm like, yes, I want this. Yeah, I want the sandwich. I'm kind of, yeah, I want it. But I'm uncomfortable about it. I'm really uncomfortable about it." And she goes, "Joel, you got to learn to take the sandwich." This is a new one of our cult phrases, take the sandwich. I hope you guys are taking notes. Take the sandwich. And it doesn't mean steal the sandwich. It means if you see something and you want it, you could say to the other person, "Hey," and you see they're not like eating it. You could be like, "Hey, could I have that half a sandwich?" Because a lot of times we don't get what we want because we don't ask. So nobody knows you want a sandwich. Nobody knows that you're starving over there. Some people notice. These are remarkable people, I think. There are remarkable people in society that do see what people want and then go after trying to provide that, and that is like another level. And usually those people, they take care of themselves. Going back to the beginning of this show, you got to take care of yourself, got to put the mask on first, and then help others. But most people, they don't see it. They're not that, they're too busy trying to do their thing, that they don't see somebody's hungry. Somebody wants a sandwich. Yeah, totally. So true. Message and data rates may apply. So you take the sandwich, you pay the data rates. So I was trying to think, okay, when in my life have I taken the sandwich? And I was thinking about this one time. I was at a theater company in Hollywood, and somebody was like, "Hey, they're doing a Robin Hood show. You would be perfect for it. You should get over there and give them your headshot." And as actors in this town, everybody always tells you don't go over there and try and force yourself on them because it looks too needy, or they're like busy or whatever. So I was like, I threw caution to the wind. I found out where the production company was, and I just drove to Century. It was in Century City, which is like not really a place where there would be production going on, or you never go there. You almost never go there. I never go there for an audition. But I went over there. It was in an office building. I went up to the whatever floor. I go into this office. It's just an office, just this weird little office. There's somebody sitting behind a desk. And I go, "Hi, I'm Joel Marshall. Here's my headshot. I want to be in The New Adventures of Robin Hood. Here you go." And I gave her the headshot. I walked out of there thinking that perhaps they were going to put it in the round file, as they say, the round file. And so I left. But I did it. I took the action. I went over there and said, "Hey, I'd like to have that sandwich. Jay doesn't eat bread." Yeah, definitely. There is a hoodie for this shirt. Equalmeansequal.org, babies. So I left, right? I left. Driving away, didn't think about it at all. I did the action, didn't think about it. A year later, I get a phone call. This is the universal symbol for phone call. They say never do this in an audition, by the way. Never do this. It's ridiculous. People laugh at you to do that. It's not in vogue right now to do this. So I got the phone call, and they said, "Joel, this is Mark from New Adventures of Robin Hood. Can you be on a plane tomorrow to Lithuania?" Let's see what this guy says. Okay, let's see if you can make me chuckle. I can make you chuckle. So thanks for being here, Twitch chucklers. You never know if you don't ask. This is what the point is of this story, I think. I think that's what we're coming down to. So yeah, they called me up. They said, "Can you be in Sup, Basement Rat 43? All right, we got some Twitch people coming in here. This is so great. It's so great to see you guys. Maybe it's because we're, saying, hey, we want to get followers. We want to get followers on Twitch. I'm asking for you guys to follow me, you people. So I get the phone call. They said, "Can you be in Lithuania? You get on a plane tomorrow." And I was like, yes. And then I found myself in an airport in Frankfurt, or maybe it was Amsterdam, and I was like, what am I doing? I'm on my way to Lithuania to do some show that I have no idea what I'm doing, but I in true Joel Marshall fashion, I just charged in. There, and I realized I didn't even have like any money in my pockets. No money at all. That seems to be the theme also. Charge in with no money, not knowing anything about where you're going. That's the other lesson here that I'm repeatedly learning. And I'm passing that on to you guys. I'm not sure. A lot of times seems like it works. So I got over there. I could have been killed. Who knows? I could have gotten there. It could have been no production at all. But I got there, and there was this whole like studio. I got some pictures. Yeah, I got some pictures. There was a whole studio there with like castles. Like here's the set. A bunch of castles. There was also like there was like an old Lithuanian film studio, I guess, where they were shooting this thing. That's it. Man, I love the fact that the chat room in Twitch is just on fire, man. For me, it's on fire. I don't know what they're doing. I have no idea what they're saying, but it's cool having them there. Gina, great to see you. Been in the streets since last Wednesday, and I only remember to put my money in my pocket once. Yeah. because we charge out there when something's important. Something's important, we just charge out there, and later on we're like, wait a minute, did I bring any money? Got any grapes? Anybody got any grapes? So I'm over there in Lithuania. Luckily, it was super cool there. And I lucked out. There was Montel Williams was there. I don't know if you guys know Montel Williams, but he's there on the right or left. I don't know how we're looking at this thing. But anyway, he was there. He was like in one episode. So I get over there. There's a super cool thing going on over there. Everybody's super fun. There's lots of people. I do some face dancing. It's just my friend John Beauregard happens to be there. Somebody I went to college with, and we're just living the life in Lithuania, doing the Robin Hood show. And there was an audition. They wanted me to play a particular part in one of the shows, because most of the time we just played all kinds of random people. Like I played a guard once. That's me right there. We decided that the guard had a lover. We had a whole backstory, because as actors we make a lot of backstories. And what part did I play? Okay, so the part came up of the prince. And the prince was going to be, it was a whole plot. The whole plot was about this prince who needed to regain his lands, apparently. And I had to audition for it. And I remember I went in and auditioned, and I was with this other girl, and there was like a part in there where they had to kiss and stuff. And I remember them, her going, I hope we don't have to kiss. In the audition, and I remember it just being really awkward. But weirdly enough, I got the part, and I was so happy that I got the part in Lithuania that I ran down this hallway and I jumped up in the air, and there was a really low cement arch, and I smashed my head into it. And I landed on the floor. I remember I landed, there was like stairs, and I fell down the stairs. I landed on the floor, and I was like, ow. And this lady came over who was a nurse. She's like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I think I'm okay. And then I took my hand, and I was bleeding. So that's a perfect example of, who was saying, like fear of success, in your own way, all that stuff. Talk about me, man. I was totally in my way. So I got that part, and then I proceeded to smash myself in the head. And there's something psychological there, right? So then they sent me to the hospital. And I don't know, at that time in Lithuania, which it was just after it was part of the Soviet Union, and they were trying to figure out who they were. And I'm going to the hospital. Went to the hospital. It was like a scene out of Jacob's Ladder or something. Yeah. It was just, this old building. And I went into this place, and there was like, it was not clean. I'm sorry, but it was not clean at this time. I don't know what it's like there now. But I go in there, and there's this doctor, and he like stitched me up. I think I still have a scar there. Yeah, probably. But anyway, I went and I played the part. I still was able to play the part. I tried to make no big deal out of it. Totally smashed my head. I'm going to show you a couple scenes. I know you guys want to see a couple of scenes from The New Adventures of Robin Hood. I know let's do it. I only found them in French. They're online. I only found them in French. I just want to check the chat room here. I almost knocked myself on a low tree by a waterfall in Croatia. Yeah, we do weird stuff, don't we? There's Basement Rat 43. He's got some rats. I love looking in the chat room. I'm somehow delaying showing these French clips of The New Adventure of Robin Hood. Let's do it. Let's dive in.
Tu comprends mon inquiétude?
Vous avez donc mis la main sur celui qui a tué?
Dis plutôt sur celle qui a tué, une certaine Deirdre.
They have these incredible British actors.
Qu'est-ce que vous allez faire d'elle?
Like they had like Christopher Plummer.
Nous allons la présenter au juge. La peur se propagera chez les chrétiens.
I'll turn this down because I don't understand what they're saying, or I don't understand what I'm saying.
Et cela fera réfléchir les hérétiques qui
I found it in French, and I found it in German. It's out there, man. So there I am, the prince. This guy's like the evil guy. He's imprisoned a princess. He's taken my lands. It's pretty serious. Oh, that was the logo. Anyway, there's me. There's my name in the credits. There's me with, or there's Montel Williams. Weirdly enough, he's there, and he's like my partner or my sidekick. I don't know if he speaks French. I don't know. There's me rescuing the maiden. Pretty intense stuff. Moving ahead. I get killed, stabbed by the bad guy. I'm on the ground. Yeah. You'd think. Yeah, you would think. Still working on it. Still working on it, Todd Lee. Famous too, you'd think. So Montel's really distressed. He's like, yeah, we need to pray. They're going to pray right now. And wait till you see what happens through the power of prayer. The anticipation is killing me. It's killing me. I'll look at the chat room while we're looking at this. Did I speak in a British accent? No. It was an American show. So there were a lot of people from England, and they spoke in their British accents. And then there were Americans. We all spoke in our American accents. And it was a multicultural. There were Russians who did the stunts. There were French people that edited the show. That's the way they do this stuff. This guy, Weintraub. Yeah, I believe in love. Thank you. Thank you for translating. So, anyway, the point of the story. What's the point of the story? The point of the story is that was like one of the best experiences I've had as an actor. And at the time, it seemed a little loony. It seemed loony to go to the office and give him my headshot. People were like, oh, you did that? That's kind of embarrassing. And then when I came back, because it was shot in Lithuania, because at the time they had shows like Xena, Warrior Princess. This was one of those kind of shows. Because of all that, people were like, nah, it's not so great. You know, yeah, sure, you had a part, but yeah. And to the point where I even told other actor friends of mine, I said, you know, I could get you to go over there next summer. It was super fun. And some of them said no. Some of them said no. I remember the only one that took me up on it was Bennett Jones. And Bennett Jones, if you don't know Bennett Jones, this guy is awesome. Hurry up and finish. I'm hankering for a sandwich. Oh, sorry, guys. Yeah, we got to get to the end of this. I just want to say one other thing. At the same time I was doing that, Heath Ledger was doing Roar, which was another show like that. So if anybody was like, why are you doing that? That's, you know, of course he's dead. But that doesn't have anything to do with that. Anyway, gotta go. The word for the phrase, cult phrase for the day is take the sandwich. Take the sandwich. Todd, hurry up. Eat that sandwich. I'm going to go out on Laura Cox, Laura Cox is a musician. She's on YouTube. You're going to dig it. She's playing Give Me Shelter. I'm just going to play a little bit of it because, you know, we can only play a little bit on this thing without getting in trouble.